I'll start that again. JuicyPixel, what the hell are you two? Been here before, and I've actually vlogged this place before, and I've lost the video. But today, we are in Sheffield. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. I came here last night to watch a band called the Midnight Play. So, we're going to check out the city and give you a little bit of a walking tour. So last time I was here, I was vlogging down by the canals, right down there. So we're going to start down by the canals. We're going to check out the Viaduct, which is pretty fucking big. And then we're going to head into town. There's a museum in town, which might be a video on its own. So today's going to be Wednesday for you lot. And the next video, if I do a second video in Sheffield, is going to be Wednesday for you lot again. So let's go. So this is part of the tram infrastructure here. It's quite hilly over this side of Sheffield. But we're going to be heading down this way towards the canals. A little squirrel there. It's the bridge we just walked over. And the city centre is that way where I just came from. But we'll finish up there. So just in front of me here, the Best Western, which it wasn't called the Best Western when I was here last, but just in front of me there is where I stayed, where I lost the vlog. And I came out here, they were actually doing this up when I was here, and it's quite nice how they've just incorporated like loads of wildflowers in these beds in between the road and the cycle path that I'm currently walking on. So yeah, this is where I stayed last time. And just around the corner by here is a tunnel, and this is where I started my video. But we're going through it all again. So welcome to Sheffield. There's a cafe down here as well. It looks like someone's been sleeping here. There's a beautiful row of houses right there. And the canal starts right behind us. And that's where we are. Victoria Quays. You see some of the old industry going on right here. And these are the different businesses in this area right now. That's cool how the apartments are suspended. There's a few people living down here. You see what like little businesses take opportunities in these units are probably up for grabs. A cafe there, and there's the trams heading back down to the city centre. Yeah, so weird walking around here again doing the same thing. There's a heron with a fish in his mouth. And there was fairy lights everywhere in the trees last time I was here. Maybe that's further down. The coffee shop doesn't seem to be open though. Midnight Margarita's cocktail bar coming soon. There's another cafe down there. Beautiful part of Sheffield, but there will be a point later on in this video where you won't think that. Lovely, lovely part of Sheffield. There's a secondhand store over there somewhere. Amidst Sheffield. This is lovely. I'm going to take a photo right here. Yeah, so just before we head to the city centre, I'm going to take you to a part of Sheffield which is pretty much being bulldozed down, but there's a church there. It's a listed church. So amongst the havoc, there's going to be a church in the middle of pretty much a bulldozed area part of town. I'll take a photo right here. It's a nice little wine bar, yeah. I bet there was people out here last night. Some more arches. So we're going to go down as far as it stops on the towpath here, and then we're going to cut into old industrial Sheffield. Yeah, it's a bit of a chilled one. I hope you've been enjoying this little walk around. It's 10 o'clock in the morning, by the way, so it's nice and quiet, just how I like it. So we're going to head down to where the path stops, and then we'll come back on ourselves and head down here. So we've reached the end. I'm not going to go down there. There's a bit of a homeless situation under the bridge, and though I am nice to people who live rough, I'm not going to film people who are rough living, rough sleeping. So I'm rolling on the internal storage on this camera at the minute because the SD card in this is corrupt. It's my second corrupt SD card now. Don't buy cheap ones. Right, so we're going to head back down around this old building. It looks like it's been used as HMO or something like that, but that's none of my business. Right, so let's head down to the Viaduct, or at least try and find it. It's not going to be hard. It's not going to be hard to find. It's huge, like absolutely huge. So we'll go and check that out. And obviously try and sort this memory situation out, because I got like 10 gig left on the internal storage. Some more tunnels, yeah, which is cool. Cafe bar from 1819. Signage up there saying. And we are back. It's a little pigeon family in the top there. So yeah, this is exactly what I came last time. Yes, this is exactly what I came last time. You can still see the soot on the ceiling from where the trains used to come through here. So this is part of a huge viaduct that runs across the back of Sheffield West, I think. So we're going to be taking a left here, and we're going to follow the aqueduct, the viaduct, the ducts. We're going to follow it, retracing my steps from a year ago. So let's do this, people. Some old tunnels, some being used, some disused. This is new, I think. It's like new old. Bratana, Steelworks, Sheffield. So there's probably a little business in there. So where we're gonna go, this way, is a cycle route that goes to the River Don. I think it's the River Don here. So you can see there's more archways. And just around here it goes up and underneath the cycle route does. Which I also filmed last time I was here, but enjoy it. It's quite cool. It goes under the bridge. It's like a suspended bridge under the bridge. As you can see, more units. They're all numbered, so you just get a hold of rail network, because that's who owns the infrastructure, and you can lease them out. These ones have been waterproof, or at least the cladding is there to divert the water to the side. Be nice for something like a little brewery or a craft bar. That one goes really far in. That's quite deep. They're not all deep. Yeah. So we're now rolling on the internal storage now. We're rolling on SD card. But I had to migrate all the files, and that's taken quite a bit of power out. of this battery, but I do have spares. Yeah, this is exactly what I was last time. I remember showing Mike when I was standing here, which I'll probably show him again in a moment. It's a bit creaky. So yeah, this is the River Don, which goes from Sheffield city centre. It's very creaky in here. So here's the River Don here, and the tunnel we just walked through right by here, which is awesome. Might put that, I just took a photo. I might put it on my Instagram actually. Yeah, look, these little tunnels and stuff. There's so much. Yeah, if you had a little blow up dinghy, you could probably explore these tunnels quite well. And again, let's follow the aqueduct. So as it continues here with the very grand bridge. I can't remember where I went. I think I went up the hill around here on the left last time. So we'll do that. And there's some information, yeah. The Wicker arches in Sheffield, represented by Sir Bob Reed. If you want to freeze frame that, please do so. If you want to read that. And then there's some more big ass tunnels there going right under this mountain. But they've obviously been capped off at the front here with the black bricks. But just to our left here, the aqueduct continues, the viaduct. Why am I saying aqueduct? There's no water on it. The viaduct right by here continues into a more modern section. So just up through here, you can go up the top and there's a castle up there as well. But that's not going to fit my agenda today. We're going straight over the road by here. So we just crossed over the road now, and you can see little workhouses here, really old ones. Probably part of the old steel industry that used to be thriving here in Sheffield. Yeah, so those of you who don't know, Sheffield is famous for its old steel industry, which doesn't exist anymore. But we're down here to check out this church, which looks like it's in the wrong place, but it is in the right place. It's just everything around it has changed, or at least there's nothing much around it anymore. So we're going to check out the church. I don't know if I can get access to it, but last time I was here there was loads of families going in and out of the church. And then after the church we'll go over the bridge and head towards the city centre. So like I said, there's the old workhouse there. And we've got this grand church here. What's older? Church is way older. Has to be. And there's more workhouses at the back here. But as you can see, the landscape is dramatically different. Maybe there was houses here as well at one point. Communities around here. See if the church is open. No, it doesn't seem to be open today. That's a shame. What's the church called? The New Testament of God. But what is the church called? NTCG Sheffield. Yeah. Right, so we're going to go up over this little blue bridge and head back into the city centre. I hope you've enjoyed this little walk. Seagulls. And I hope Sheffield Council are going to spend some good money on this area, because there's not much going on. There is fish in there, I have seen them. They are occasionally breaking the surface. I want to say a big thank you to everyone who's bought my merch. And if you want 10% off, use the code DINNER. Yeah, Student Union by here. I remember going down here and getting trapped, and I ended up just coming back this way anyway. So yeah, if you want some JuicyPixel merch, because I always wear it, or I try to anyway, check out the website, link below. All the proceeds go towards buying more merch. They don't actually help the channel at the minute. Any proceeds made on merch goes back on merch. Because I can sell like one t-shirt every 2 months. Anyway, let's continue on with our adventure. Right, so I think the goal of this video is to go to the cathedral, and then we're good. And then there's another video I got planned in Sheffield for next Wednesday. So the Wednesday you're watching this, maybe it's not a Wednesday you're watching this, but these videos go on Wednesdays, the ones that are in the UK. Oh, but I do have a Polish series coming out soon, which you'll have to keep an eye out for. I'll probably talk about more. I'll talk more about the Polish series in next Wednesday's video, which is also going to be filmed today, like I just said. Anyway, less babbling and more walking. Why don't you just look at that view? Look at these buildings being propped up. It's wicked. I love when like water combines with like urban landscapes, or even like city centres and shit. So we're gonna head back through the student union, student buildings, and then we'll finish up at the cathedral, which is 10 minutes in this way. So just behind me there's the police station and the courts. And again, more wildflowers segregating the road from the cycle paths. Very good idea. Doesn't cost anything to sprinkle seeds. Oh. Yeah. 10 minutes time we'll be at the cathedral. I'm going to be finishing this video, and this battery's almost gone too, so give it a good blowout. A bit of information there for the grey and green phase for the Sheffield Riverside Business District. So this university building's just by here, but these are like empty offices. There's quite a few empty offices, yeah. It's like what they're doing in Cardiff, and I don't quite like it. Should build more houses. Bit of modern architecture. So the cathedral's right behind here, this building of sorts. So we can either walk up the hill here or walk to the end. So I'm probably going to walk to the end and then cut around. We need to walk up this hill in a perfect straight line, and the cathedral should be right at the top. Getting a bit tired now, folks. It's only 5 to 11 in the morning. Dinner. Almost there. Pretty sure this is it. Not that. This. So there it is. Sheffield Cathedral with a new extension on the front, which is a gift shop. So we'll go in here shortly. And I think that's going to be it. It's not even 11 o'clock in the morning yet and I'm sweating like fuck. The sun is blasting out. So we're in. So today they're doing a big tribute to the South Yorkshire police, specifically people who've been in the force and have passed away. So there's loads of policemen in here. So I'll try and keep my try and show some respect. There's a crypt. So this sculpture is to commemorate the Royal Navy and the Church of Yorkshire. We are technically in Yorkshire right here. Let's see what the crypt is like. The steel Nativity. Incredible. I have to admit the quality in here is beautiful, everything. I'm assuming that's the Last Supper right there. It's certainly not the biggest cathedral I've been in, but the architecture in here is incredible and it's quite alternative too, especially the steel Nativity right there. Anyway, I think the crypt's just in front of us right here. Yeah, now this is something special. And the entire vibe down here is awesome. This looks very old. Right, let's head on back up. Look at all the chivalry. So nice in here. Anyway, I think it's time to leave. So I'll see you lot outside. Alright. I think that's going to be it, so I'll finish my video. We're going to start the next one. See you in a minute. So those of you wondering what Sheffield High Street looks like, it looks like any other high street apart from it's got its own dedicated tram sort of service right here. Aesthetically it's quite a nice high street. It's got Wendy's over there as well.